It's an absolute honor to introduce our surprise guest for this virtual DWOP, no less than Gavin Hastings, 61 caps for Scotland, 20 as captain between 1986 and 1995. Gav also, as many on this call will know, went on 2 British and Irish Lions tours, played 7 tests. He was captain. He went to Australia in '89 as a player, and then in 1993 he actually captained the British and Irish Lions to New Zealand, arguably the hardest place to tour, as many rugby supporters will know. Gavin also played in 3 Rugby World Cups, the very first one in 1987 in New Zealand, 1991 England, and then 95 down in South Africa, where he may have faced Jonah Lomu, I don't know. But I'm going to start my first question to you, Gav, is tell us about your experience playing for and then leading the British and Irish Lions, and indeed why you reflect on this as such a compelling challenge.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Tim, I've just got to show you, this is my new Lions shirt. It arrived in the post this morning, and the 4 flags of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales on there. Proud sponsor here of. So it's the first time I've had it on. I wish I was playing, because honestly, it's the Lions is the one thing that I just am so passionate about. And you know, you talk about the pride in representing the 4 home nations. Just as a bit of context for people that wouldn't necessarily know, the Lions only play once every 4 years for a series of matches. Nowadays, it's only 8 matches, and they're on tour for maybe 6 or 7 weeks. And you are named in a squad of players, 36 players. And the last time this team played was 4 years previously in another country in the Southern Hemisphere. So in rotation, they go to South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. And this is in rotation. So they only ever visit one of these countries every 12 years. So you imagine, not only do we have the wonderful honour of pulling on this jersey, the best players in England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales once in every 4 years, but when you go and visit the country of South Africa, New Zealand, or Australia, they in their whole career are only going to get one opportunity to play against the British and Irish Lions. So this clash of 2 giants of rugby is just absolutely brilliant, and it just brings the best out in people. And clearly this is what we're wanting with everyone involved in this call, just to give your very best during the exploration.
Yeah, absolutely, Gavin. I mean, you know, you've actually led the British and Irish Lions. You know, you've captained that squad down to New Zealand in '93, and you know, we were reflecting when we prepared for this that the time span for that tour is not dissimilar to what this Tullow, Suriname, Stena 4th squad will be facing now. So what transferable lessons would you offer to the Tullow Suriname squad, if you like, campaign team, based on your experience leading a high performance team?
Well, Tim, as you rightly say, the length of this exploration and drilling the well is roughly the same time as a Lions rugby tour. So first and foremost, we, you know, have always said that we just have to build this incredible team spirit. And, you know, we know what an enormous challenge it is, both on the sporting field and in the oil exploration field. And every day you've just got to relish the opportunity and relish the time that you're with all the other guys. And then you have these massive highs of getting yourself up for the games. And all your years of experience, and everybody on this call that you're being used for your experience to come together for this moment in time. And I would just say, give it your very best effort, as we do with the Lions, because essentially all that we are doing with this jersey is that we're only borrowing it for the period of the Lions tour, and then they don't play again for another 4 years, so that you're just custodians of the jersey. And I guess it's the same for everybody involved in this oil exploration challenge, is that, you know, this is one such piece of work in your whole business lives. And my message to you all is to give it your very best shot. Enjoy being out there. I mean, look, it could be worse. You could be at home in wintertime in Scotland, so it's not all bad, is it? And just enjoy being in another part of the world. Enjoy being with some new people and getting to know these people well, and enjoy the company and enjoy the challenge. And that, for me, is what the Lions Tours were all about.
Gavin, let's talk a little bit about mindset. Anthony Clark, who's the Group Well Engineering Manager for Tullow, he introduced this workshop this afternoon and touched on mindset as the Stena Fourth leaves Las Palmas and sails towards Tullow, Suriname, in the Atlantic, Central America area. Now, when you face setbacks, which no doubt you would have faced some challenges and setbacks in your rugby career, and no doubt on that tour of New Zealand in '93 when you led the British and Irish Lions, how do you change your mindset? How do you change the mindset of those around you to refocus when you've faced a setback?
Well, I think, it's almost inevitable in sport and in business that you do face setbacks, but what marks great leaders out is their ability to bounce back from these setbacks with a fierce determination to succeed. And I've always felt that is best by surrounding yourself with very good people and literally enjoying their company and imploring them and empowering them to get on and be the very best that they can be. And it's no different in business as in sport, I think. And you rely on your basic instincts, what gets you there in the first place. And, having a belief in yourself and just saying, come on, we work hard. You've got to just knuckle down every now and again. And no one says it's easy being away from home for all this length of time, but sooner or later it's going to come to an end. And sooner or later our rugby careers and our working careers are going to come to an end. And I've been looking back over the last few weeks and months at photographs, at programs, at old jerseys, and they just fill you with an enormous sense of pride. And you don't want to have any regrets, rightly or wrongly. You've just got to live in the moment and just set yourself up for being the best that you can be all the time. And I think that's very important. Tim, I might just read out a quote from Ian McGeechan, who was our coach on both the Lions tours, and I think it's quite apt, actually. He said, in everything I want the players to do, they have to have a passion and an emotion to succeed and to achieve. Winning and the belief about winning is emotional. It gets the adrenaline moving. It sends you on a high when you win, and it makes you cry when you lose, because it matters. There must be that passion to succeed and to achieve and to keep on achieving, to raise horizons and expectations. Excellence is continuous. You've never done enough. You can never be satisfied. But as the team grows, they achieve a special identity. It's no longer one person's image, but a reflection of everyone's interests, their abilities, and their beliefs. And I think that's so true when people are coming together as you are from all over the world and, massive different cultures and whatever, but you've got this one goal to have a successful operation. And, I think that's very important if you just approach it in a very positive manner and attitude. And I'm sure that everyone will do that.
Yeah, I mean, Ian McGeechan, what an absolute legend. I think he's coached many teams over his time. He definitely has that ability to inspire and promote intrinsic motivation, which is so important when a team is pulled together. And Gavin, I think you mentioned a quote. I'm not sure if it's attributed to Ian McGeechan or someone, but you said, "Losers make promises, winners make commitment." And it's, I think, certainly from a rugby point of view, commitment is absolutely key. And no doubt, the scene set by the leaders of this Tullow Suriname campaign, they're basically looking to pull the team together and get that commitment. Now, when we talk about achievement, we also talk about consistency. And I know that you're a big sports fan, not just of rugby, but of many sports. So Perhaps, Gavin, which teams or sportsmen or women do you think exemplify consistent excellence, and why do you believe they're so consistently successful? Perhaps some lessons for the team from that perspective.
Yeah, we were chatting about this, weren't we, the other day? And I was referring to the great tennis players that we have in this era of Federer and Nadal and Djokovic. And, you know, they've won so many, such a high percentage of all the majors over the last 15 or 20 years. And it's extraordinary how these guys are just pushing themselves on the whole time. But the one thing for me that they are also incredible at is their graciousness in defeat as well, that they realize it's not their day, and they'll shake hands, they'll look the person in the eye and say, well done, you beat me fair and square. And, you know, I think they're magnificent role models. Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, they just push one another on. And then there's people like Andy Murray that have tried to get up there. They've been successful, but they've just not been able to sustain that excellence and that success over the period of time that those three guys have. And, you know, it's just a tribute, I think, to them playing and going to work, which is what it is, with smiles on their faces and really enjoying themselves and understanding how lucky they are to be in that position. And, you know, I think when people are prepared to work that hard and they have that level of success, but of course, everyone thinks that they're superhuman. They're not superhuman. They just are able to work incredibly hard, and they have this massive, massive belief. And of course, there's talent there as well. But I'm a great believer in hard work as well. If you put the effort in, then you deserve to get the rewards. And I think that's an important lesson.
Well, I think that's a great note to close on, Gav. I think that's a fantastic sentiment for the team. I think we're going to leave it there because it's a great point, well made. And just it's been a privilege having you on. I'm sure I'm joined by the Tullow Suriname team in thanking you very, very much. And yeah, we're gonna look forward to that British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa next year. I'm hoping to be in Cape Town for the second test at the end of July. So maybe see you there, Gav. And just a big thank you for giving us your time and your insights.
You're welcome. And listen, just I wish everybody associated with this all the very success. And, you know, remember, when you do finish, do celebrate the success. It's something that I talk with the bosses at Tullow about, and I think that you should celebrate this success. So good luck to each and every one of you, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks very much indeed, Gav. Speak to you again soon. Cheers.